Hi, Jules Cruise Companion. Today I am standing in a very familiar spot to some people who might be serial cruisers, and I am here in my cruise scarf. But I didn't expect to be in this spot, which is Portside. The reason that I'm at Portside is I am off on a Carnival Luminosa cruise today, but we got notification yesterday that there was going to be a delay, and I have arrived at the time that they indicated for Portside parking, but the buses that went out to the port this morning, and it's just coming up for about 11:30, still haven't returned. So as I was leaving the Portside parking, the first bus did arrive back. So there must be some technical issues that are going on. So it's going to be quite an adventure for cruise number 49 to embark on Carnival Luminosa here in Brisbane at the Brisbane International Cruise Terminal. But this is Portside. This brings back memories. Change is good. Cruising is good. I have come back to the Portside parking. They've changed their process. Again, they usually take your key and then they park you, so clearly they're cutting their labour costs. So we had to park ourselves, myself. And I dropped my luggage off near where the bus goes. I park, make sure that I've got my car secure, and I keep my keys this time. So at the end, there's clearly no collecting the key, as it has done in the past. That's okay. Change is good, cruising is good. So I spoke to one of the disembarking passengers who was collecting his car here at Portside parking, and he said that they got a notification last night that there was going to be a delayed docking because of poor weather, and they were unable to get a pilot out to the ship early in the morning to get the pilot on board to steer them down the mouth of the Brisbane River. But there was no waves and there was no wind. So they did not dock until 10 o'clock. And so the whole disembarkation, which would have started about 8 o'clock, is now 2 hours behind. So I'm going to join this group of people here, getting on my bus and heading over to the Brisbane International Cruise Terminal from my park here at Portside parking. A very efficient 15-minute drive from Portside parking through to the Brisbane International Cruise Terminal. Though it does go through the industrial estates, it's not all the most scenic, but at the end there is that beautiful vision and vista of whichever cruise ship that you are going to be on. There is going to be an increase to the parking. Another 360 car parks are going to come online sometime this year. There's our first glimpse of Carnival Luminosa for this cruise in March of 2024. There you have the taxi parking and the bus parking. So the different bus companies park in this car park just here. Once you have arrived at the Brisbane International Cruise Terminal, whether you have parked your car at Wilson's or at one of the off-site parkings, you'll be asked to drop your bags at the bag drop. And one of the very important questions that they will ask you is, do you have your boarding pass or your boarding ticket and government issued ID? It's really important to keep that on you. It's also really important to keep on any day medications that you may need. And I always have my swimming costume just in case when I get on board I want to go swimming nice and early before other people get on board. Today is a bit of a delayed boarding, but it doesn't seem to be too chaotic. People seem to be going into the air-conditioned area of the Brisbane International Cruise Terminal, waiting in a bit of a queue. So let's go and join them and see how long it takes to board Carnival Luminosa on this 3-night cruise out of Brisbane in March of 2024. So it's 1:30 in the afternoon and they've just called for the 11, 11:30 and 12 o'clock. So people are starting to queue. So because because I don't want to stand in the queue, I will just sit and wait until the 1 o'clock is called and not be turned around when I got to the front of the queue. Just sit here and wait patiently. Boat's not going to leave without me. A very efficient and quick check-in there for Carnival Luminosa at Brisbane International Cruise Terminal. I had an opportunity to run into David and Jill again. Great to see some familiar faces. After going through security and having a leisurely stroll down a very long pier, you are checked in again and scanned onto the ship, guided directly to your muster station when you board the ship. And I was at muster station A, so I had a short walk to the other end of the ship to find my allocated muster station. A short queue as we were scanned in, and then we waited to have the instructions on how to put on our life jacket, and then our muster was complete.
A is this side, B is that side. Awesome.
A little bit of a technical glitch because I had a crease in my barcode, so she just had to type my number in and register me as attending my muster. Appreciate that, thank you.
Put your life jacket overhead like this, feeling hold this one over your waist.
That is my 49th muster for my 49th cruise. Not all of them have been in person. It was very interesting when we had to do the online ones. So 49 cruises, 49 musters. So now I think I know how to put on a life jacket, but I still have to attend each muster every time I come onto a cruise ship. And that is in addition to all of those hundreds of times we've been on a flight and we've listened to the airline stewards telling us about the safety instructions. We have to remember the captain is always in charge and what the captain says goes. Follow the instructions of the crew so that we can have a safe and enjoyable cruise. This is Julie Jules, Cruise Companion, saying stay safe everybody and happy cruising.